And draw your cutlasses, you little lassies! Ahoy there! It's Talk Like a Pirate Day! That's all we're doing. That's it. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. We just wanted to get that out of the way. So there'll be, maybe once in a while we'll throw in a few R's or something along those lines. But it is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Welcome everybody. Hey, Food Taster TV. Second one in the room. Julie beat you. There's other people in the room. I can tell by the number up there. There's other people in the room. But, you know, you're the second one to make yourself known. Julie was hiding already. Like, she was already posting stuff even before we started. Hey, Janice, welcome back. Janice is our perennial favorite. So she has attended every single one of our live streams. Every single one. Amazing. I don't know if we have anybody else. Ducks Rule used to. We haven't seen Ducks Rule in a while. Hopefully they'll join us today. Hey, Adam, welcome. Adam's here. Tom, old guy in Colorado's here. Wow, it's a party now. Oh, and Starfly. Sorry, didn't want to miss you. Starfly, welcome. So it is Talk Like a Pirate Day, and so feel free to talk like a pirate. Although I imagine you're not going to type like a pirate, so I won't get to hear your pirate voice. So I'll assume that you're doing a good job in that. Hey, and that Cassandra is back. Welcome, Cassandra. Welcome back to the room. So in addition to Talk Like a Pirate Day, it is also day two of Rosh Hashanah. So Shana Tov, everybody. Day two of Rosh Hashanah, which is what we used to call as kids Jewish New Year. I don't know if it still is called Jewish New Year. It's technically Jewish New Year, but it's the new year on the Hebrew calendar. So it is now officially 5781. So make sure that you stop putting 5780 on your checks. I gotta walk the plank. Hey, it's Adam. See, Adam's on top of it. He's food taster. I don't think it's gur. I think it's R. Sorry, R. But you know, gur works too. That's what works too. So we have there goes Mrs. Trippy Food. She's going off. She's going off to have lunch with my brother-in-law, and my sister-in-law is probably making something delicious, some delicious Colombian meal that I have to miss. But I am spending it with my electronic family. So, and we have snacks. So, as far as snacks go, and I'm not sure if this was completely intentional or not, but we actually have two snacks from Israel. So that would be these Osem brand Bamba peanut puffs. These are from Israel. And we have Bissli, also from Osem, Bissli pizza flavored wheat snacks. They look like little, I don't know what they look like. Honeycomb, like little waffles. So it looks interesting. I'm gonna try those. The Bamba are really dry. Well, we have beverages, so we have our beer because today is Trippy beer night. Let me try that in English. Today is Trippy Food beer night, but just in case, we also have water. That's right, water. That delightful combination of hydrogen and oxygen, soon to be a favorite at your local watering hole. We have water. Also, our snacks. What's this? I don't know what's this. This is Watz. From our friends at Barcel, the hot nuts people, and also the Takis people. From the makers of Takis, just in case people didn't know that. And this is Watz Cheese Shock. So apparently you bite into this, it sends electric shock to your body. I'm not sure, but it's cheesy. It's Watz. It's Barcel's. That's the snack. It's one of our snacks. So, did I miss anybody? Anybody else sneaking in the room here? Make sure you eat some tadig today. Oh yeah, well, she probably is. My sister-in-law is probably making that. That's probably what they're having over there. So I don't know. I miss it. Hopefully she'll bring some back because my sister-in-law is a pretty good cook. As far as and every time we go over there, we're eating something Colombian. She's only recently from here. She grew up. She spent. I don't know if she doesn't even come here very often. But everything's Colombian over there. I love your personality. Well, that's good because it's the only one I've got. Although, I take that back. So if you guys caught my spicy McDonald's spicy chicken McNuggets episode, I worked a couple of other personalities in there that were not necessarily mine. But yeah, this is me. You're getting me. Yeah, that's what you get. And Julie can vouch for that. Julie's known me for 40 years. Although the first couple, she probably wasn't aware too much about it. But yeah, she can probably vouch for me. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Lynn 801 in the room. Everybody say hello to Lynn 801. Anyone else? Oh, Amy Cakey snuck in. Hey, Amy. Welcome. Amy, I think you asked earlier or previously about the Ubi ice cream at Trader Joe's. I think you're out of luck because I have not seen it there. I think it's probably discontinued. So I think you're in the LA area, and if you are, I would just go to an Asian market and get theirs because I don't think Trader Joe's has it anymore. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But what about hey, Tiny Val, Starfly, Tiny Val is right here. So he's always close by. You need to talk to him. Let me know. I'll put him on. I can't guarantee that his high-pitched voice, his Joe Pesci voice, but he's here. Yeah, another thing about that personality thing. Yeah, I guess he's like the anti-Val, right? So his voice is like the anti-Val. He's like everything that like I'm too nice a guy to be. Tiny Val is. That's kind of it. Who else did we miss? Did we miss anyone else? I don't think so yet. But we have 9 people. Well, we have 9 people up here. I don't know that means that there's 9 people, watching. It could be more. And there's 9 people logged in. So there was also one in Massachusetts. If you need him, there is one. Did the girl still, is he in a dollhouse somewhere or something? Where's the Tiny Val in Massachusetts? That video was hilarious. Yeah, Amy, I guess the trick to that video is to see if you recognize any of those personalities. See if you know the parody that I was going for on those. I'll divulge right now that kind of the reason that I did that video and I did it the way I did it was I had done I did a video on reckless eating, and people were just complaining about, oh, this guy, he's not professional, he's not this, he's boring, he's blah, yada yada. And I'm like, oh, is this what you want? So that's kind of why I did the video that way, and I just kind of picked up on stuff that other YouTubers and other personalities were doing, just to go like, is this what you want? You really want me to do this? So it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. It was not serious, although I take that back. Although the review is it's an honest review. It's just that I was kind of acting on the personality thing. At one point in time, I'm not even sure where the voices were coming from and everything, because at one point in time I sound like Forrest Gump. I'm like, where's that one coming from? I don't know. That was just who I happened to be channeling at the time. That's kind of it. I believe that they have all the pumpkin stuff right now. So I am preparing for again. In previous years, we have done a pumpkin spice episode, Trippy Food episode, but this year we're going to do something a little bit different, and we're going to do a pumpkin spice live stream. So I'm preparing. I'm getting a bunch of stuff together for the live stream, and it seems like Trader Joe's, like they have so much pumpkin spice stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. They have all the pumpkin stuff. Rob Switch in the room. Hey, Rob, welcome. Good to see. I've been talking to Rob during the week, but it's good to see you. Also, I just wanted to mention, and I know a lot of you have channels yourself, and I'm trying to find the time to get around to going out there and checking out the channel and checking out the episodes. And I've subscribed to, I think, most of them. And so as soon as I see alerts, I'll jump on that and be interactive with it, because I want to see what you guys are doing as well. I got a lot of Joey and Peepa. Yeah, there was a little bit of Joey, that thing that was like Joey, but not as like he's like way over the top on that. I toned it. It's like a toned down Joey on that one. But yeah, and the beginning was definitely what's his name from Ian from Peep This Out. The beginning, that first section was definitely Ian, all the way. And there's some Dame drops in there too, if you can find it. My day is going well so far. It is. This is probably one of the first days we can actually see the mountains, and the sky is blue. So the Bobcat fire, I think, is the closest fire to where we are right now, and that's the one that's been pouring smoke over the area, and it's been really, really bad. It's still burning, but I think what's happened is it's gone over the mountains, and so we're not getting so much of that smoke anymore. I don't know if the wind has changed direction or anything. So we don't have as much smoke today, and that's why you can see it's pretty sunny. I have the blinds open, and you're getting a lot of sunlight in here. So smoke-wise, we're doing okay. We're doing better, but it's still fire season, so we have to be vigilant and always ready. Oh, we had an earthquake last night. We had it was a 4.5, I think, a 4.5, and the epicenter was about 15 miles from. Well, it was at San Gabriel. So like if you were at Hawaii Supermarket, well, if you were at Hawaii Supermarket, you were in trouble because it was closed. Because I think this happened around 11 o'clock last night, somewhere around there. But or maybe it was even later. Maybe it was like after midnight. But yeah, we had an earthquake last night. Not anything big. I mean, nothing fell off the wall. Nothing fell off the shelves. It wasn't too bad. But and the thing is, like, people say, like, you okay? Are you okay? I'm like fascinated by it because I grew up on the East Coast, and I've only been out here about like 15 years or something like that. 17 years. And so for me, I still find it fascinating. For me, I'm like looking out the window, like I want to watch the post go like this and everything. And people say like, "Oh, aren't you crazy?" I'm like, "No, I don't die, but I like watching it." So it's kind of like, yeah, the quake was, it was. I mean, you knew it was an earthquake. Things were moving. Things were like rumbling and everything. You knew it was a quake, but but everyone's okay. I haven't heard from any of the Southern California peeps that there was any serious damage or deaths or anything like that. So. It was a 4.5 there. It's like, you get nervous when you get up to like a 6 or so, but it wasn't bad. Jesse Torres in the room. Welcome, Jesse. Good to see you back here again. Thank you for spending our Saturday with us. California sounds wild. Well, the thing is like it's a trade-off. No matter where you go, it's a trade-off. It's like I grew up in Massachusetts where you have snowstorms, right? I was around during the blizzard of '78, and then there was that big one in '96 that I think the snow lasted till July or something like that. Back in '96, they had they think their snowstorm in '96 was in May or sometime like late in the year. So I had that going on. Then I moved to Texas, where tornadoes. You have tornadoes, and then if you're out in the Houston area, then you have to worry about hurricanes, swamps, bugs, tornadoes, floods, craziness. Then I moved out here, and you get fires and earthquakes. I moved up to Oregon, and you got the risk of volcano up there. And plus, a lot of people don't realize this, but Oregon is on a larger fault than even the San Andreas fault. What do they call it? The Cascade Subduction. And dude, when that goes, it's going to be bad. Because the thing is, the San Andreas fault goes like this, right? So like people say, well, eventually, Las Vegas is going to be oceanfront property and everything. It's not. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't go like this. It goes like this, right? So eventually, not in our lifetimes, of course, but eventually Los Angeles will be up near San Francisco, because the plates are moving. Right? The Cascadia subduction works like this. So here's the coast from Vancouver, BC. Actually, other places in BC, from British Columbia, all the way down to I think like maybe Northern California, all the way down into Northern California, right? And it goes like this, right? So what's going to happen is this is the coast, and this is like the plate on the bottom of the ocean floor, and it's going to go like that, and it's going to be bad. So you don't escape earthquakes by moving up to Oregon. You put yourself in the path of a worse one. That's kind of how it is. Hey, Stoner Kitchen in the room. Snuck in while I was yammering. Welcome, Stoner. Always good to see you. Who'd I miss? I'm in Ohio. We had tornadoes last week. I'm trying to because like Tornado Alley is typically the Midwest, but I guess Ohio is kind of like on the outskirts of that. I had a question for you about Ohio, but we'll go ahead and ask it. We'll do it as a conversation starter because this is an interesting story. Let's see, who'd I miss? Did I miss anybody? I'm not sure I missed anybody. I think I got everybody so far. Remind me if I didn't. Remind me if I missed you. So speaking of Ohio, so this one company that I worked for, they did a team cookout It was a chili cook-off. And this was when I was living in Texas. And on my team, the systems analyst on my team, there were, I think maybe like about 7 people, but most of them were not from Texas. Most of them were from other cities. One guy was from Virginia. I can't remember. I was from Massachusetts. And so we were trying to decide how we were going to make our chili. And I said, why don't we make our chili like they do in the chili capital of the United States? And the one woman on our team who was from Texas said, oh, well, that would be Terlingua, Texas. And I said, no, that would be Cincinnati, Ohio. And she goes, what do they know about chili in Cincinnati, Ohio? So my question to you, Rob, is like, have you been to Cincinnati, and have you had Gold Star and Skyline chili? Because most people, like, you're not really going to eat a bowl of that. It's going to be served on top of stuff. So you're going to have a coney, which is served on top of a hot dog, or you're going to have it on top of spaghetti. You're going to have 2-way, 3-way, 4-way on top of spaghetti. So it's mostly meant as like a topping for stuff. But they've been chili worked its way down. So I think it started. I'm pretty sure it started in Michigan, probably from Greek immigrants, or like Eastern European immigrants in the Midwest, and then it kind of worked its way down to Texas and everything. But Cincinnati, Ohio is the chili capital of the United States. But I don't know if you've been there. So I've had both. Skyline is better. Cincinnati chili has cinnamon in it, no beans. Correct, absolutely correct. Well, Texas chili doesn't have beans in it either. They run you out of town and threaten you with death if you put beans in Texas chili. So it's what it is. Anyways, I was talking about the snacks. I got sidetracked. And Janice, you're gonna have to keep me like, you're really good at keeping me on. Like, Val, time for a snack. So we did the we did the 2 Israeli snacks, and we did the Watz from our friends at Barcel's, famous for their Takis and their hot nuts. And we have this, which I thought was going to be, was interesting. Louisville Vegan Jerky, maple bacon. I'm trying to remember if we did an episode on using Louisville Vegan Jerky previously, because my friend Jamie Aikman, he had given me some, because I guess he's like a subscriber to their service, and he gets, like, they send him new ones all the time. And so I asked him the other day if he had this. He said it's very good, but I just thought it was interesting because it is vegan jerky, but it is maple bacon. I don't know, like maybe it evokes the taste of bacon, but I saw this and thought it was interesting, so I picked that up. And there's Kentucky, and that little dot's Louisville. So yeah, that's our 4th snack today. I say that's our 4th snack because I kind of have a 5th snack, but it's not really a snack. Wait a minute. I'm cutting my hair, so I'll be hearing you in the background, Stoner. Oh, okay. So do you have a Flowbee? Like those things you'll hook up to the vacuum and everything? Because that's the way to go. You're a brave man to cut your own hair. I don't think I would want to cut my own hair. I know I would hack it to pieces. I would be like, it would be bad. So I'm hungry. Just had a bunch of leftover white chocolate. Now you are going to make me crave savory snacks. Yes, food taster, but I feel bad for you because you I think you said when you were trying the white chocolate, you almost like poisoned yourself eating the white chocolate. So I feel bad for you, but maybe you should have some savory snacks. So grab some of those. And I have to, like, the Canadians love ketchup in their chips, like ketchup flavored chips. But the strangest thing I saw was the Doritos, the ketchup Doritos, which is like really weird. Just a really weird, like, ketchup chips. Yeah, I've seen those a lot, but I've never seen ketchup Doritos. I thought that was really strange. Only in Canada, I guess. You can't get them here. I haven't seen them here. Vegan jerky seems like it should be a bad word. Yeah, like, hey, don't they eat you vegan jerky? No, something like that. Yeah, that was Tiny Val. That wasn't me. Hey, Lori's Crochet Corner too. I think, Lori, you've been here before, I think, right? I think I've seen you like once before, maybe. But welcome, everybody. Say hello to Lori's Crochet Corner. 2, not 1, 2. And Steve Russell in the room. Hey, Steve, welcome back. And AJ Collins in the room. Now it's a party. AJ's here. All right. I haven't seen any of our Europeans yet, though. But I think Europrop said that he was going to like show up. So maybe we'll see Europrop in a little bit. That'd be nice. All right. Anyways, I was talking about snacks and the snack that's not a snack and everything because it is Rosh Hashanah. I decided that we're going to do some apples and honey, like you do for Rosh Hashanah. So we'll do that too. It's not a big deal or anything. It's just it's a Rosh Hashanah thing. So we'll go ahead and do that. And our beer of choice. Our beer of choice today is Founders Brewing. Because I think I was talking to you guys about stouts and everything, and you guys were mentioning like chocolate stouts and coffee stouts and everything. And so while I was procuring some alcoholic beverages at my local, what is it, Total Wine and More, I was talking to the guy and I go, hey, do you have any interesting like coffee stouts and anything? And the guy goes, yes, it's Founders. And I'm not sure where Founders Brewery is. I guess we could look. Founders Brewery Breakfast Stout, and it is double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout. So I guess that's why they call it a breakfast stout, because you got your, they don't have chocolate for breakfast, but you have your coffee and your oatmeal together in there. That's why they show some little kid stuffing his face with oatmeal. Really weird, because the little kid's, hopefully he's not going to be drinking this beer. Let's see, what is our APV on here? It is, it says 12 fluid ounces. I thought it said 12%. I was like, whoa. It is, do we have that? Oh, Founders Brewing Company is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hey, one of our subscribers is from Grand Rapids. Which one? I can't remember. Say hi. Let's see, Grand Rapids. That is, who's from Grand Rapids? I know we have a Grand Rapids in there. It is Nick Maple. So if Nick Maple is watching or in the room or anything, this is in your neck of the woods. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Founders Brewing Company, breakfast stout. We're going to try that. And it is, let's see, coffee lovers, consummate beer, brewed with abundance of flaked oats, bitter and imported chocolates. Oh, they actually put chocolates in it, because usually the chocolate thing is like using chocolate. We call those things? No, never mind. But chocolate and two types of coffee. Wow. And topped with a frothy cinnamon-colored head. Ooh, that sounds like fun. What is the APV? The APV is not APB, not all points bulletin. APV is, this is Puerto Rico. Oh, that's for returning it. Oh, woo, 8.3. Woohoo! That's why it's in the little bottle. 8.3. Wow. Okay. I missed something, because does Julie saying something sounds delicious, Tom? What did Tom say? Tom said, oh, I'm also making dark rye bread. Dark rye bread. I'm trying to remember, we had a Russian drink, a Russian soda made from dark rye bread. It was really weird. But you're just making bread, I think. But Tom, you're always making something good. It always makes what I'm eating here look sad. I just had Greek food. What Greek food did you have? You know what I haven't had in a long time is moussaka. I love that stuff. I haven't had it in such a long time. There was a Greek restaurant in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Made the best moussaka. I haven't had that in such a long time. Halloween is on Saturday. There will be a Halloween special live stream. Yeah, why not? I mean, can't go trick or treating. Might as well do a Halloween live stream. So maybe like it's. So I was going to do a Halloween episode, but maybe instead of doing a Halloween episode, we'll do a Halloween live stream. Why not? Absolutely, because we always do a Halloween episode anyways. So why not do a live stream since we're going to do it on Saturday anyway? We'll see. We'll figure it out. 8.3 breakfast of the brown bag champions. Yeah, maybe I should put that in a little brown bag. What do you think? Tried the worst pumpkin spice vodka. Is there a good pumpkin spice vodka? Crop harvest last night, acquired at Cappy's. Oh, well, you were at Cappy's, that's why. So sweet and just plain horrific. I'll bet. Ooh, that sounds. I have a pumpkin spice. Picked up a pumpkin spice beer. I have a pumpkin spice. I think it's an iced coffee, and but I need to pick up a pumpkin spice soda. So I'll have to go out this week and get that. And then I had a crappy pastrami sub today. Just a crumbly. Oh, wow. That's too bad. Yeah. We're going to have to do Italian sub soon. Definitely have to do Italian sub soon. So did I cover everything? I think I covered everything. We'll wait till the halfway mark, and then we'll start in our snacks. I think maybe we'll do the lighter stuff first, because this cheese shock thing, if I fall down and can't do the rest of it and everything, we'll at least have that one. So we'll do the 2 Israeli snacks first. We'll do that. We'll do the Louisville jerky. We'll do the Louisville jerky before we do the cheese shock snack, because I don't know what the cheese shock thing is going to do to us. But in the meantime, let's have our apple and honey. Shana Tova, everybody. Happy Rosh Hashanah. This thing. The lazy way of doing it. Yeah, I could cut it with a knife, but I got this. And we got our honey. So, did you have the campechana last week? If so, from where? I did not. The closest place, I'm trying to remember, my cousin Victor took me to a place that has amazing campechana. I mean, I don't want to go to the wrong place and get some like bad fish, but I did not get that. I should get that today, because I love campechana. Dad, answer Stoner. Oh, I think I just did. Thank you, Julie, though, because I don't want to miss this stuff. Why did I do this? Let's put it down here somewhere. There we go. All right. Here's our very dark honey. AJ, I can't read Hebrew, but I'm assuming that you're saying Shana Tova as well. I don't know. Is that true? I can't read that. I haven't had zucchini in a long time. I love it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Ah, great. I just learned Hebrew. Okay, here we go. Apples, honey. I've never had this combination before. I've had apples with peanut butter. That's pretty good. Never had apples with honey. But, that's the thing to do on Rosh Hashanah. Apples and honey. That's pretty good. I almost think it would be nice to do it with a Granny Smith apple. Well, they're really tart. I think if the tart and the sweet together, it will work really well. Have another one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't usually like raw apples. I like them cooked in things. We did, you might get a kick out of this if you guys haven't seen it. We did a 4th of July episode, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, but we made because what's more American than hot dogs and apple pie, right? So we, like our 4th of July episode we just did with in Julian, California, we had a hot dog and we had some apple pie. But on this episode about 4 years ago, we said, well, if hot dogs and apple pie are American, then hot dog apple pie has got to be really American. So we made an apple pie hot dog and hot dog apple pie. And I know that like you might be saying to yourself, what's the difference? So a hot dog apple pie is an apple pie with a hot dog in it. We made that. And then an apple pie hot dog is a hot dog with apple pie on it. So basically what we did was we took the crust, we crumbled it up, we took the filling and we kind of chopped it up and everything and made it almost like a I don't want to call it a relish, but like a topping for the hot dog and everything. We did that. So hot dogs and apples. We did that. But other than that, I typically don't like raw apples. But this way is pretty good. I actually like that. How about another one? Opa is a Greek fast food in malls here in Canada. Oh, so it's a chain. Opa. Pink Lady apples will be around later in October. The fall is apple picking season, by the way. And for anybody who doesn't know, apples, I'm sure some people say, oh, apples are native to New Hampshire, or apples are native to Washington State. They're famous for their apples. Apples are from Europe, and particularly England is the origin of apples. It's kind of like potatoes. Everyone says, oh, potatoes, they must be from Ireland. No, they're from South America. Well, things get around, you know. So we are at 1:30. Might as well start trying our snacks, right? I'm going to cleanse the palate with some of our hydrogen dioxide. You were food taster. You were asking me if I ever had OPA. I have not. I've not had OPA. I don't know that. The only fast food places I ate in Canada are Shea Ashton. I ate at Shea Ashton, A&W. The roadside A&W stands up in Canada. Tim Hortons, of course. And I think that's it. Most of the other places, like where I was specifically looking for, like, specific sit-down restaurant kind of thingies and everything. But those are the fast food places that I ate in Canada. It is called Opa of Greece. They used to have an amazing souvlaki dish with rice and potato slices and all the delicious kebab meat. That sounds so good. Now I want that. I don't know. I'm so torn between that and the cappuccino. So there is a Jamaican Italian restaurant in Canada called Rasta Pasta. There is a what is the joke? There is a Japanese there's a kosher Japanese restaurant called Sasumi, or there is a Mexican soul food restaurant called Nacho Mama. There probably is, actually, but that's just a joke. All right, let's start our snacks. So let's go. The pizza flavor one probably going to have a strong taste. This Bamba peanut puffs looks like it's going to be light, so let's start with this one. Bamba peanut puffs. This doesn't really seem like something that's coated that I really have to open it from the bottom, and I'm not going to. It smells like corn puffs. Doesn't smell like peanut, though. There you go. I've had those Bamba peanut puffs before. Don't spoil it for me, food taster. Don't spoil it for me. Here it goes. I was expecting them to be crunchier. They're not really crunchy. They're kind of like one of the textures of the original Cheetos, I think, or those. You're gonna laugh because I'm going to talk about foam peanuts. They were making foam peanuts out of corn for a while, so they were biodegradable, which meant that you got a package that had foam peanut packing in it, and people were like eating that. And that's kind of like the texture of that. Or like maybe the was it pedos, maybe not pedos, pedos. Oh, they do have a peanutty taste, but not like you're eating peanuts. It's kind of weird. It has like a peanut flavor to it, but not like you're eating a peanut. They're not bad. I can see why you say they were dry. They're kind of powdery on your tongue. Dusty, yes. Dusty. Julie, you've had these before too? They're like packing peanuts. They are like packing peanuts. Has anybody tried the pumpkin pie Pop Tarts? I have not seen the pumpkin pie Pop Tarts, or I got that. Maybe if I can find the pumpkin pie Pop Tarts, we'll do it for our pumpkin spice episode, or our pumpkin spice stream. So I will look for the pumpkin pie Pop Tarts. We'll do that. We'll do those. Compressed peanut dust. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It has a peanut paste flavor. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's like a peanut sauce, like the flavor of peanut sauce. You're right. It does. They're pretty good. I like these. I don't think they're too dry, but they're just really light and airy. They're puffed up. A lot of air inside them. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Really good. Pumpkin pie Kitkats at Walmart. Julie, don't spoil our episode. I have. Where did I put those? I got some pumpkin pie Kitkats. So we're going to do those. I did get those. But not the Pop Tarts. You'll see the Pop Tarts. Pumpkin pie tarts are okay, nothing special. Well, they're nothing special, but you know they're part of our cavalcade of pumpkin spice foods. We've got to do that. So, oh, also, so here's the thing: like if you are experimental for pumpkin spice and you want to try making some pumpkin spice stuff, because actually try it on meats and stuff like that. And I know it sounds like funny maybe, but some of them are actually pretty good. Like cinnamon on some meats really good and everything. So pumpkin try. So if you go to Trader Joe's sells a little bottle of pumpkin spice, and you can make your own pumpkin spice. Put it on your breakfast cereal. Put it on eggs. Try something different. So yeah, we have some here. So on our pumpkin spice episode, maybe we'll make some pumpkin spice stuff. I love the pumpkin pie Pop Tarts warm. I love all Pop Tarts warm. I prefer them warm to cold, but I mean, I always put them in the toaster. They're toaster pastries, right? I know that Matt from Reckless Eating kind of gives me crap about that. They're like, you don't put them in the toaster, will you? Like, they're toaster pastries. Of course you put them in the toaster. But then you bite into them and it's like hot lava, burns the roof of your mouth and everything. I heard Walmart and Target has them, but when I went a few days, none of the seasonal stuff was set up in my ghetto city. Well, Amy, the thing that I'm finding more and more is that you hear stories about unusual seasonal food or limited time only foods and everything, and it seems like they have a weird distribution. Like for instance, when we were doing the Flavor Icon Lays, I got 4 of them at Walgreens, and not a lot of other places even had them. So I got 4 of them at Walgreens, but they didn't have the 5th one. But the 5th one they had at 7-Eleven, but they only had that one at 7-Eleven. So the distribution thing of like I've seen the different flavors, the Kitkats. When we did what's the birthday cake one? We did one of the other ones. I can't remember which one it was, but they had that at Walmart. They didn't have it at any of the other places. So it's really weird, the distribution on stuff like that. It's like even if it's the same company and they have different products, they kind of like, oh well, this place has this one, this place has this one, everything. It's really weird. You have to do a lot of running around to get all that stuff. Val, if you don't open the Pumpkin Spice Show without a pre-filmed video of you dancing in Ugg boots, it is a missed opportunity. I'm not sure I get the whole thing about Ugg boots and pumpkin spice. Is there a connection between Ugg boots and pumpkin spice? That would also assume that I have a pair of Ugg boots, which I do not. I'm trying to think. I have some. Well, I was going to say cowboy boots, but they would correct me in Texas, and they go, "They ain't cowboy boots. They's boots." I do have some snakeskin. No, I'm sorry. They're not snakeskin. They're ostrich leg boots. That's what I have. But I could wear shorts and the ostrich leg boots and then do a dance with that. That might help. But I don't have Uggs, so unfortunately, I can't do that. Is that like a TikTok thing? Maybe like you dance in Uggs and TikTok. I don't know. Probably going to drive out to Ontario to do some Halloween shopping. Oh. I see Ontario, and then I think like Ontario province, and like no, I mean Ontario, California, and everything. Why Ontario? Is that like do they have stuff in Ontario that they don't have in other places close to you, Amy? I'm not sure. My daughter once bought a bottle of pumpkin spice, and the ingredient list said spices. Well, it's gonna have cinnamon in it. It's probably gonna have nutmeg in it, and probably a few other things. I don't know. I'll have to check the bottle and see what it says. I'm not going to get up right now because that would be rude. Then you guys have to look at my back. I'd have to go in the kitchen. There'd be like dead air for a few minutes and everything. I'm not going to do that. So don't forget the Han Solo vest and spandex blue jeans. AJ, if I'm going to do that, I mean, like I got to go shopping. I don't have any of that stuff. Wait, I might have a Han Solo vest. I might have that. But I don't have spandex blue jeans. I have stretchy blue jeans. Maybe we'll wear those. But I think that the thing about the boots is like you want the boots to show, so you want to wear shorts. So maybe like I was gonna say maybe a pair of Daisy Dukes, but you guys don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to do that. Hey Ryan Jones, welcome to the room. Ryan is here now, so now we don't have to talk about him anymore. I'm just kidding, Ryan. We're not talking about you, but we're glad you're here. Welcome, Ryan. Nice vids lately, very creative. Yeah, the only thing is I don't want to. I want to make sure I don't work myself into a trap there where I have to do like that creative kind of funny stuff, like the Labor Day episode with Tiny Val, like the McDonald's spicy chicken McNuggets. That was like a creative type video and everything. I mean, like I might do that once in a while, but I don't want to get stuck doing that because then I'm going to have to do that for every episode, and that's like a lot of. Well, two things: one, it's a lot of work, and two, it kind of takes away from me doing a legit review stuff. But if you guys want to see more of that, I can do more of that. I just don't know. Like maybe I do that as a special episode or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. I mean, do you want to see more of those? Do you want to see all that? Like, do you want me to do every episode like that? You want to see like just once in a while, be nice, like special stuff? Let me know. I definitely want to know. As soon as I finish cutting my hair, I'm frying up the fryer and breading some shrimp. Not with the hair, I hope. Yeah, I just had shrimp the other day. Let's see, did I post a picture of that? I think I might have posted the picture on that, so you'll see it on the Facebook page and also on Instagram feed. I had some nice fresh shrimp that I made. I love shrimp. Shrimp's awesome. Oh Lord, if Val becomes a TikTok e-boy, I'm going to quit this world. Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that. I have a TikTok account just because I can kind of see what's going on there, but I don't plan on doing any of it. I was born with a dance deficient gene, so sorry. Like you don't want to watch. Usually, if I go to like a dance club and I start dancing, somebody like throws me down on the ground, sticks a wallet in my mouth, and calls 911. I love fall only because I can be spooky and it's okay. Amy, you're in the wrong city because there are cities that they thrive on people being spooky all year round. This just need to be, you need to move to like Salem, Massachusetts or someplace like that. Where the creepy places where you can be spooky all year round. This is Salem, Massachusetts. They call themselves Witch City. So. What other places around the country would you like? I'm trying to think of like St. Augustine, maybe St. Augustine, Florida. Maybe you can be spooky all year round. I'm trying to think. There's got to be a lot of places. I would think San Diego, because San Diego is a very haunted city. There's a lot of haunted locations in San Diego, so maybe. What did I miss? Just do it for holidays or special events. Yeah, I think so, Janice. I don't want to go crazy with that and everything. And that's me acting, right? And that's me doing something creative and doing some acting and doing some writing and stuff like that, as opposed to me just like eating something and going, yeah, that's good, or that's terrible, and hopefully in a way that keeps you entertained. So yeah, Janice, I think unless anybody else, ATW, hi from Sweden. We have Europe in the room. Yes. Well, welcome, ATW. Are you previous? Did you have a previous name? We do have like Dan, who used to be Pineapple Express, but I didn't know if you had been here before, but under a different name. But either way, welcome. We moved our time up to 1 p.m. on Saturday so that we could get Europeans in the room and everything. We have people from Sweden, we have people from Denmark, we have people from Ireland. Although we haven't seen DB82 in a while, so. Be nice if he showed up. Always nice to talk to DB82. AJ Collins, are you in Washington, D.C.? Or I see the Washington, D.C., but I'm not sure. I see ATW from Sweden. So, AJ, you're just saying you're from Washington, D.C.? Julie's saying Portland. What? I'm missing something. I think. Because I'm seeing a lot of cities being thrown around here. Oh, we're talking about cities where you can be spooky all year round. Yeah. Austin, Texas, I don't know if you could spooky, but you can be quirky. So Austin, Texas, and Portland are very similar in that way. You can be quirky and you're a freak flag high in both of those cities. Washington, D.C., I never thought of Washington, D.C. as a spooky city, but sure, why not? Austin, yeah, Julie, Austin, absolutely. I don't belong in Cali. Cries, I hate it. Too sunny. Oh, I hate the heat, Amy. It's the heat is the worst. Are you, Amy? Are you from Southern California originally? I mean, have you always been in Southern California? Because like I grew up in the Boston area. I lived in Texas for 12 years. I spent the first 6 years of my life in Pennsylvania and everything, and so like the thing that I miss about living up north is 4 distinct seasons. Fall, I love the fall. The spring is awesome. Everything starts turning green. Everything starts growing again after cold, dark winter. But I love snow. I love the winter and the cold. I love the change and everything. I hate the heat. I hate and the Southern California is this barrage of, like 2 weeks ago we had record heat somewhere. Where was it? Somewhere here in the LA area. They had 122 degrees. 122 degrees. Crazy stuff. Scary Appalachians all the way. Yes, Ryan, but that's scary in a different way. That's like that's that kind of scary. That's different. I belong in Portland. You should go. Portland is. Have you been to Portland, Amy? Portland is awesome. I lived there for 4 years. I loved Portland. I loved Portland. Portland was awesome. You get some snow there too, and and you get a proper fall with the leaves changing color and everything. Amazing, wonderful place. Portland is a little bit smoky right now, but and then there's that whole thing going on downtown. But it's in a small area downtown. Don't necessarily believe that the whole city's like ablazing at war. Everything's going on in a little one block area. Hey, JD in the room. Everybody say hello to JD. JD, good to see you back. Haven't seen you in a while, and I know you've been watching it, but I haven't seen you in the chat for a while, so it's good to have you back. We need to do something soon. Hit me up after the stream and everything, because we need to do something soon. We need to get you on, because JD is our self-professed biggest fan, and I don't doubt that. So you probably like ask him any trivia question about any episode we've ever done. I bet you JD can answer that. I bet you, guaranteed. JD being Note Man's. Sorry about that. 2 seasons, summer and not summer. The way I heard it is in the LA area there are 4 seasons. What was it? Fire, earthquakes, mudslides, and riots. That's what they say. 4 seasons. They say that there actually is an earthquake season. I don't understand that completely. The Earth does what the Earth wants to do. But maybe there's some validity to that. I didn't study science hard enough. Portland is awesome if you are rich. No, Ryan, Portland is not as awesome if you are rich. You do not have to be rich to live in Portland. Portland is a lot more a lot easier to live in than LA. I mean, trust me, I lived there for 4 years. It is first of all, there's no sales tax. There's no sales tax there. Everything is cheaper. I bought a home there for, what was it, 100? No, I sold it for 120, I think. No, 400. I bought a huge home that here would have been like 2 or 3 times that amount. Would have been like $1 million here. It's crazy. I mean, it's very, very affordable. Maybe for the area. Maybe like if you're in Oregon, Portland is more expensive than the rest of Oregon, but as far as other places, the only thing that is expensive about living in Oregon is that their state income tax is a little bit higher. But you got to make up the loss in sales tax some way. Washington State doesn't do a state income tax, so a lot of people, they move to Vancouver, Washington, which is just right over the river from Portland, and they work and they buy stuff in Portland with no sales tax, and then they live in Washington State with no state income tax, and they do that. But it is much more affordable than any place in California. I promise you that, because I lived there. So, if you're rich, you can be even richer in Portland. Born and raised in Cali, my family migrated to America from Vietnam. Wow! So they did not want to be anywhere that was cold. Yeah. Well, and if you think about it, just the proximity of where Vietnam is to where Southern California is in the U.S. makes sense, right? Because you're just straight shot right across, right? But yeah, I can see that. But Amy, have you traveled much around the U.S. or even in other places in the world where you've gone to like more northern climates or more places that are where you actually have the cold and you have distinct seasons? Have you done that? Because you might want to do that. You might want to travel in the winter and go to places where people in the winter go other places because it's too cold for them. dude, I would do that. I have a good friend lives out in the Bay Area, and he sent me some pictures of the red sky. Yeah, no, it wasn't even red; it was orange. That was so weird. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures in the Bay Area and everything, and their sky has cleared up a little bit. I'm not sure why. And even in Oregon, they had orange skies up in Oregon as well, but they just had rain, and the rain helped a lot. So the skies are a little bit better. But I saw those pictures from San Francisco, orange, like dark, deep orange. The sky was really weird. What did I miss? In Portland, they let you live in a tent on a street corner. Well, they don't let you live in a tent in a street corner. And one of the things that they did there used to be this homeless encampment. And when I say encampment, it was kind of like some people were putting money into it. Like they put this fence around it, and they had tents awning tents, and they had food there, and they had bathrooms there, and I think the city said, like, well, we don't want people coming into Portland and seeing homeless people, so we're going to move that encampment over the river. So they moved it on the other side of the river. But it doesn't matter. There's still a lot of homeless people, especially downtown. What is that, on not 3rd Avenue, but the next one up, maybe? No, I'm sorry, on Burnside. And that's because the reason you see so many people there is because that's where the missions are. And so a lot of people like to be near the missions because the missions will give out food and everything. And if you can't get a bed in the mission, at least you're nearby, and you can get food from the missions and stuff like that. So that's why downtown Portland, you see a lot of homeless people there because of that. But any major city in the U.S. you have. I'm like, even L.A. There's some parts of LA where you you go under this underpass and you're like, oh my God, it's like a tent city under the underpasses, here in LA. So it's every major city. The problem is that you widen that gap of poverty to wealth, and you get more and more people. Like people lose their homes. People can't afford health care, so mental health care, and they have issues, and they end up and more and more people end up on the street. So you're naturally going to see that in bigger cities because you have more people in those cities. So you're going to see that in like Dubuque, Iowa, or anything like that. You're not going to see anything. Is it Dubuque, Iowa? Dubuque. You're not going to see that there, but you're going to see that in big cities. And Portland, like I said, their problem is located downtown because that's where the missions are. If rent is over $1,000 per month per apartment, you best be upper middle class. Out here in Tucson, houses go for under $2,000. Yeah, we are poor. Yeah, but at the same time, it's not like Tucson is poverty in general, right? I mean, right? I mean, I don't never been to I've been to Phoenix. Phoenix, it's I would call it a smaller city. It's not like a town, but it's a smaller. It doesn't have like as urban a downtown as places like LA or Boston or New York or Chicago, places like that. But I believe the median home prices in Portland is like $350K. That sounds about right. Yeah. And you can get a decent house for $350K in Portland area. Like I said, I had a house in Portland, and I can't afford a house here in LA, but in Portland, I could afford a house. So, all right, friends, got to dip out for okay, Rob, hopefully we will see you back in a bit. And if not, we will talk to you soon. Massachusetts resident does not feel bad for other states. No, not at all. And I agree with you, Julie. Boston and Massachusetts in particular, very expensive. Yeah. My city's about an hour and a half away from LA, and the rent is $1,500. Yeah. Is that how many rooms? Or do you have an apartment? I take it, but how many room apartments is that, Amy? I think people that make 80 are rich because I am poor as dirt. Bad decisions lead to bad prizes. Yeah. Well, again, it depends on where you live. In some places, you can get by on $50K a year. But I for the life of me cannot understand how somebody could live in the LA area, and you have maybe both parents are working. If you have two people living together, both of them working, but if you're working at like a McDonald's and like a Starbucks or something like that, you can't afford anything here. Nothing. I mean, even like the housing prices, you go into like South Central, where there's some sketchy areas, and the housing prices there are expensive too, because it's just expensive all over. Where do you go? That's why a lot of people end up on the street. Unfortunately, Val, I have not. We are very poor. My husband and I are saving up to hopefully start our adventures. Maybe one day see Vietnam. Oh, so were you born here? You were born here, and your parents were from Vietnam. But Portland and Vegas is first. Yeah. Well, Portland is a drive, you know. So if you got a car, you can drive to Vegas. I think it's about 4 hours, maybe 4 hour drive. Well, it depends on. Right now, it's probably not bad because nobody's going there because COVID's pretty bad there right now. But make sure to come up to New England. Well, yeah, I love New England. I want to come back to New England. As one of the poor cities in America, Val, our median wage is $35K, and it is skewed. It is too bad. Yeah, we got to pay. Janice, thank you. Another snack, or should we open the beer? Let's. We got 4 snacks, so we'll do snack, beer, snack. All right. So let's do the other Israeli snack for Rosh Hashanah. Let's do the Bissli pizza flavored wheat snacks. Thank you, Amy. You're just you just keep things moving. That's good. Well, we're an hour in. I'm slacking here. Maybe these I should open from the bottom because these might be dusted with pizza type stuff. I want an RV to travel and live in a new city each month. I had a friend that was going to do that where I formerly worked before I was COVID laid off. That's what they wanted to do. They just basically want to take their RV and then just go to another city and live there because their job was remote. So they could do that. But it turns out they ended up having to go to Hawaii because of family issues. So, and you can't go state to state from Hawaii. You get wet. Adam the Woo did something like that. Something like what? What did Adam say? I miss this stuff. I'm busy talking. I miss all this stuff. Amy, what did Adam the Woo do? Because I missed what Stoner Kitchen said. Hope to learn a trade, maybe plumbing. Want to start a small business? We will see. Yeah, not enough people do trades anymore. When I was in high school, they used to have classes like woodworking, auto shop, small engines, stuff like that. They don't do that anymore. And they had vocational schools too, where if you wanted to do electricity and everything, you went to a vocational school, which was like the equivalent of a high school, and learned a trade. But I don't see that so much anymore. Don't know that. These are cute. I like these. I almost want to stack them up like Legos. But these are pizza flavored wheat snacks. Let's try them. The odd thing, both of these are from Israel. I don't see a kosher marking on here though. Ooh, those are weird. Adam the Woo lived in an RV for a while. He also lived in a van down by the river. No, I don't know if it was down by the river. But those look painful to the roof of the mouth, like Captain Crunch, but they're not. They're crunchy. They're really crunchy, but they're not. But they're not like. They don't have jagged edges like Captain Crunch do. You got to be quick, Ryan. You got to be quick. I like these. They get a hint of pizza. I'm trying to think of what part. You could say it's tasted like a toasted pizza crust, maybe. Really toasted pizza crust. Maybe some Italian spices. Maybe there's Italian spices coming through there. I don't know. It's very cheesy. It's very savory. These are nice. I like these. Yeah, big thumbs up on these. If you see these, grab them. They're good. I like those. Let's go ahead and open our beer. And JD and others will come into the room afterwards. Maybe you weren't here when I introduced our beer. But this is Founders Brewing Company from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And this is their breakfast stout, which is made with chocolate, coffee, and oatmeal. It's an oatmeal stout made with chocolate and coffee. So, sounds good. And since it's a small bottle, we'll use our small glass, our Stella Artois glass. Yeah, I know it's a Belgian beer, but it doesn't care. Yes, Janice. Remind Julie. Julie, Here we go. I'm going to do a pour on this because this talked about a foamy chocolate head. Julie, 1 to 5. Breakfast stout for the discerning functional alcoholic. Yeah, if you think about it, it's like breakfast. Like, I'm supposed to drink this for breakfast. Whereas most people who are like functioning alcoholics are like, I'm just going for the vodka this morning. It's made from potatoes. Instead of having hash browns, I'll have vodka. Maybe. All right, here we go. Ooh, nice smell. Almost a sweet smell. Kind of a grainy smell. I mean, when I say grainy, I mean like a cereal kind of smell. But, you know, not necessarily oatmeal, just a kind of a cereal kind of smell. They don't head up like others. 1 to 5, Julie. And you can use points too, like 4.5, 3.7, whatever. That beer is perfect for Mom, the CBS. I guess I haven't seen that. 3.1? All right, fine. Prost. Ooh, that's tasty. I'm trying to, it's with 2 kinds of coffee. So I'm waiting for the coffee to come through here. Vodka in a coffee cup. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's like the drink of choice. Wow, there's so much going on in here. The coffee. I mean, the more you sip that, the more the coffee comes out. The chocolate, not so much. And then it's very similar to other oatmeal stouts. So it's not like anything that kind of screams out to be different or anything. There's a bit more. You can taste like a bit more of the, I would say, alcohol burn you typically don't get from a beer. There's like a slight sourness to it, but only slight. Because usually, I found starts to be like sweeter and stuff. That's really nice. I would not like this for breakfast. I wouldn't mind this for dessert. Like if you have a glass of this with dessert, that would seem like a go nice for dessert, or maybe make an ice cream float, a beer float with this beer. I think it would be good for that. Big thumbs way up on this. Nice. Stouts are very nice with food or in winter. I think you would have to be careful what kind of food that you serve it with, because you don't want something that's going to be crisp. You don't want something that's going to kind of wash stuff away and everything. This kind of adds to it. So I don't know that I would eat this with anything citrusy or anything like that. I would eat this with more something sweet or like a really strong meat. I think maybe it would go really well with that. Like maybe use it to make a meat nail pie or something. It would be really good for that. Really nice. Yeah, beer floats. Amy, have you had beer floats before? We did. I'm trying to remember. Yes, we have done beer floats when Julie when Julie traversed New England to get the Narragansett coffee milk autocrat coffee milk stout. We made a beer float with that coffee milk stout, which was really good. I think we probably used the Hood ice cream. I think so. The ice cream wasn't a big deal, but we did make a beer float with that. It was really good. Well, we're going to talk about it, Julie. We're going to talk about it. Oh, no, we're not. Big thumbs up on the ale. Let's have some more Shinato, everybody. Oops. I left the stem on that. I probably won't die. All right. So one of the things I I don't know if we talked about like places that were closed and places that iconic places that were closed, especially in the LA area, and two of them that kind of like popped back up. Well, one of them is Vandy Camps, right? And I think maybe Janice, maybe you were the one that was asking me about Vandy Camps. Like, do you remember Vandy Camps had the windmill and everything? I wasn't here when it was open, so I went to see any of the Vandy Camps because, like I said, I remember Vandy Camps. I think there was like Vandy Camps. I want to say Vandy Camps fish and chips that they sold in the store, like frozen food. But I don't remember there being like a restaurant. But apparently here it was the Vandy Camps Holland Dutch bakeries, and some of the stores had like windmills on the top of them and everything. So here, hang on a second. There's at least the Wikipedia entry. It says that they're defunct. They went bankrupt and they're gone. They're all gone. The building, I think the original building, which is their headquarters, is still there. But as far as Vandy Camps, they're all closed. All the bakeries are closed. Maybe it was not even closely related to the frozen fish. Maybe that's what it was. Was it? I think it was Vandy Camps frozen fish. Yes, no? Anybody? Yes, no? Okay. Talk about Eric Idle. Oh, yes. In case you didn't know, and this totally blew my mind, and I'm just like, I am not worthy. I am not worthy. Eric Idle tweeted, and if you don't know who Eric Idle was one of the troupe of Monty Python. So he was the one. Let's see, it's like and the spam. Everyone's familiar with the spam skit where it's like, oh, don't call us a fustier. Oh, I love it. I'm going to have the spam, baked bean, spam. Also, he was the in Life of Brian. He was the one that sang "Always Look at the Bright Side of Life" at the end of the movie. So that's Eric Idle. So Eric Idle posted something, and basically what he was doing a parody of the Lumberjack song. Oh, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all. So he was doing a parody of it, but he just did that front line, and he says, "Oh, I'm Republican and I'm okay. I golf all day. I tweet all night and I golf all day," is what he said. And so what I did was I just came up with like a parody first verse. I took their song and I rhymed their song with mine, and I did a parody. And I don't remember what I wrote, but I sent that as I retweeted that. So he liked it, and then he retweeted it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just got retweeted by Eric Idle. So I thought it was pretty wild. Because somebody said, oh, was that a bucket list item for you? And I'm like, no, I never in my dreams would have thought that I would be retweeted by Eric Idle. So Robin too, yes. But as far as like bucket list things, one of my bucket list things was I always wanted to be on Bizarre Foods, and then I actually had the opportunity to do that. So that was like a bucket list thing, and I got to do that because I always admired Andrew Zimmern and the stuff that he got to eat and the travel and everything. And so when I had an opportunity to be on his show, I was like, wow, that's it, it's done, right? So yeah, I got retweeted by Eric Idle. Oh, it was kind of fun. So if you guys want to see what it was, just check out my what is it? Val Trippy Food, I think. No, Val Trippy Food. What is my? No, it's just Trippy Food. Go to Twitter, Trippy Food, and you can check it out because I think it's been retweeted 20 something times, and it was liked 300 and something times. So yeah, not crazy in internet terms and everything, but for me, kind of a big deal. So yeah, there we go. And it was like a political satire as opposed to like anything having to do with food or travel. So go figure. Anyways, so yeah, Vandy Camps closed. No more Vandy Camps. One of the other things that I found interesting is I've been trying to follow up on this because if anybody in the LA area remembers Tale of the Pup. Tale of the Pup was a hot dog stand in the shape of a big hot dog. And it used to be over there by, where was it? Beverly Center, I think. Over there by Beverly Center, across the street from there. Used to be over there. It was just a little hot dog stand, but it was shaped like a hot dog. So if you watch the movie LA Story, at the beginning of the movie, that helicopter is moving Tale of the Pup. And so that's what you see at the beginning of the movie is Tale of the Pup being hung from the bottom of a helicopter and being moved. Well, It closed, I think, about 2005. Closed, and it's been like, nope. Everybody's going like, where is it going? So back, I think maybe it was a year or maybe even 2 years ago, they announced, hey, we have restored it and we are looking for a location for it and everything. And so I've been kind of following up on that. And supposedly in 2021, they're going to reopen Tail of the Pup. I don't know where. They're supposed to mention somewhere in LA. So that's something to look forward to. We'll do an episode there, Tail of the Pup, which is a hot dog shaped hot dog stand. It's kind of cool. Yes, Janice. So, Janice, have you been to Tail of the Pup? I went there, I think it was 2003, maybe 2003, 2004. I went, had a hot dog. It was okay hot dog. You know, it was a hot dog stand hot dog. It was pretty good. But yeah, I'd been there, and then I was sad to find out they closed, but they're going to be reopening. So there you go. He's a huge Python. Oh, you're talking about me being the Python fan. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no. He'd never do anything like. He was like a brother to me. Yeah, Monty Python. I love Monty Python. And that's why like that was a big deal to me. But same deal, hot dog place. Not in the same place, but the same. It's going to be a hot dog stand out of the hot dog shaped stand. But location, I don't know where. Speaking of Monty Python, I wonder when Val will review Watney's Bloody Red Barrel. Well, I can't review Watney's Bloody Red Barrel because they don't make Watney's Bloody Red Barrel anymore. And speaking of Eric Idle, actually, because he was the one that went through that whole rap, and drinking Watney's Bloody Red Barrel and singing Toray Malinas, Toray Malinas. Yeah, that Watney's Bloody Red Barrel, they don't make it anymore. But back, when did I drink it? Back in the 70s, I tried it a couple of times. And the only reason I tried it was because of that skit. I said, like, I got to taste what Watney's Red Barrel is. Apparently, it's looked down upon, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't really bad. But they don't make it anymore. So I think there's a pub that calls itself Watney's Red Barrel or something, and they might make something like it, but Watney's Red Barrel is no more. They don't make it anymore. Just like our attempt to try to do Night Train failed because AJ Gallo does not make Night Train anymore. So yeah, I'm glad we drank it when we had an opportunity to. Not glad that it's gone. I mean, not sad, overly sad that it's gone, but yeah, we tried it. You brought me there to see it, but we ate at Pink's. I did? Was it still was Tail of the Pup still there when you came out here? Well, yeah, I guess you came out. Did you come out here before 2005? You came out for the wedding in 2005, but I don't know if you'd come out before that. So yeah, maybe we did. I don't know. Where's the Doodlemeister? The Doodlemeister is with Claudia, Mrs. Trippy Food, enjoying Colombian lunch. That hopefully she'll bring some back with her because that's always good. But that's where Doodle is today with Claudia. So they might show up towards the end of this. On every piece of media Monty Python has made, a super fan. What an honor to be recognized by them. Yeah, tell me about it. I want to reenact the fish slapping heads for the one of the cast. That is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've always been a big fan of Monty Python. The parrot sketch, the cheese sketch, the architect sketch, love that, all of it, and Spam. So yeah, Ryan. For me, it was a big deal. It was like, oh, Eric Idle, one of my idols. I fought in your general election, you English pig dog bedwetting type. I blow my nose at you. You have met Trippy Food in person. Oh, you could say that, Julie. I'll let you answer that. Meanwhile, time for another snack. So we did the. What should we do next? Should we do the Louisville Vegan Jerky Maple Bacon, or should we do the? I don't know what they call it, bacon. It's not bacon. Or the Watz. Which one? I'll let you guys decide. Which one should we do next? Anybody? Jeopardy music? He's my father. I am your father. No! That's what Julie's saying right now. No! I'm Julie's dad. Food taster. If you go back and you look at some of the videos that we've done with Julie, I think we introduced you as my daughter, right? So what have we done, Julie? We've done was it this year? Was it this year's St. Patrick's Day episode when we went to the Irish cottage? We had the Irish breakfast. We did the Narragansett Autocrat Coffee Milk Stout that you don't want to talk about. We did what else did we do? We did another St. Patrick's Day episode too, I think, didn't we? Where we had the those Irish raviolis, the clover-shaped green raviolis. I think we did that together. Watz Eat the Vegan. Well, that's 2. Vegan jerky. What sort of witchcraft is that? Tell me about it. Well, the other thing, bacon, is that they call it bacon. Like, can you call something that's vegan bacon? Is that even allowed? Watz. That's 2 for Watz, 1 for jerky. Irish breakfast. Yeah, we did Irish. I said Irish breakfast there. Remember when you told me you were Matt's dad from? I never told you I was Matt's dad from Reckless Eating. That was a misunderstanding. Somebody. Whenever Matt shows, whenever I'm on a Reckless Eating episode, somebody says, "Oh, it's so good to see Matt's dad in the video," and I'm sure they're joking around about it because everyone knows I'm not Matt's dad. We don't even look like each other. I met Matt's dad. He's a nice guy. But somebody just keeps posting that on there, and I guess some people took that seriously and thought I was Matt's dad. Guys, textured soy protein. Say, what does that say? Includes? No. Textured soy protein, whole bean, tamari, water, soybeans, salt, alcohol, woohoo! Preserves. To preserve alcohol to preserve freshness. Water, maple syrup. Oh, good, maple syrup. At least it's not fake like breakfast pancake syrup in here, because that would like, hey, I know you're going fake, but let's not go totally fake. So there's maple syrup in here. That's good. I'm all for maple syrup. Beet juice. Maybe that's for color. Olive oil, vinegar, vegan brown sugar. Vegan brown sugar? How is brown sugar not vegan? Like what do? They feed an animal brown sugar and they kill it and they extract the brown sugar from the blood. How is brown sugar not vegan? But apparently it's vegan brown sugar. Maybe animals don't mix the sugar together or something. The molasses with the sugar. I don't know. I don't know what vegan brown sugar is. But this is vegan brown sugar. Contains less than 2% of. Yeah, I don't care because it's less than 2%. So. The thing I love about them is because somebody gave me crap the other day on the YouTube channel, on a comment about vegan food, and they go, "Why do you call it fake?" And he says, "Vegan food is not fake; it's real food." And I go, no, look, if you're making me a dish with eggplant, and you're calling it an eggplant dish, there's nothing fake about that. There's nothing fake about that at all. But if you're going to call it chicken and spell it CHIKKEN, or tuna, TOONA, then it's fake, because it is pretending to be something that it is not. And that's why I say something is fake, is because it's pretending to be something it's not. This is pretending to be something that it's not, and this is fake. However, apparently they don't get offended about it because their motto is keep it fake. Keeping it fake. So that's why, if anybody questioned that, like, why do I call it fake? Because it's fake. It's pretending to be something else that it is not. That by its very nature is fake. If I pretend to be you, I am fake, because I am not you. I am me. And so, vegan doesn't have to be fake, but there is fake vegan, and this is fake vegan, and they relish the fact that they are fake vegan. So that's the whole thing. Is Food Taster on his way out? I didn't see that. Going to lunch, y'all. Oh, okay. Oh, well, if we're not back here if we're not on when you get back, have a good lunch. We'll see you next time. Did I miss anything else? Yeah, because I've been yapping, so I missed everything else. Bacon, you had that little thing there that looks like there was a pause. Was there a pause in the video? You guys see a pause in the video? We're okay now, right? Sugar companies use bone char to process sugar, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. That is weird. That is weird. That's really weird. Okay. Vegan foods always seem to have a really odd ingredient list. Yeah, well, because they're making when they're trying to make something that it isn't, then yeah, it's going to have odd ingredient list because they got like, well, what tastes like this? Well, what can we get? How can we do this to make this taste like something else? And so you're going to have an odd ingredient list. Absolutely right. 79% of vegans come back to meat because of bacon. 79% of omnivores never leave omnivores because of bacon. So I don't know if it's 79%, but I'm a happy omnivore, and at the same time I respect vegans. I have a very high respect for vegans because I don't have that kind of discipline. I do not have the kind of discipline to say like I'm not going to eat anything that has anything have to do with like a cow walked over this and so it's not vegan and I can't eat that. You know, I don't have that amount of discipline in me, but I do admire that in people that do. So, and it's like somebody tweeted the other day and they said, hey, I'm having a large party, but me and my partner are vegan. So would it be wrong for us to not have any meat? And I said, no, of course not. You know, it's because an omnivore can eat everything. So an omnivore can eat vegan food. I am an omnivore and I'm going to eat this vegan food. An omnivore can eat vegan food. What I told him was, stay away from the fake food. Make good vegan food, vegetables, and stuff like that are good, but aren't pretending to be something else. Do that, and I think even omnivores will appreciate that a lot more than giving them fake meat. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's everybody's opinion. That's my opinion. You need the fancy alternatives, fight the craving. That's what I think it is. Is like if you are a recovering meataholic, right? If you were an omnivore and you did eat meat. Now, it's funny because people say carnivore. A carnivore eats only meat. An omnivore eats everything, meat and plant, and that's what most people are as omnivores. But I can understand a recovering omnivore. Like if you spent 30 years of your life enjoying things like bacon, and then on a Sunday morning you want to, like, somebody's making bacon and eggs, and you're like, oh no, I need to have a vegan bacon because I can't eat that. So I want something that reminds me of that. The thing that cracks me up is though somebody who hasn't eaten meat in like 20 years or 30 years, and they go like, oh my God, this tastes just like, fill in the blank here, beef, pork, chicken, whatever. No, it doesn't taste exactly like it. It's been a long time since you've had that. But which is the drawback to eating fake meat when you are a omnivore. The drawback to eating the fake meat is your mind is going to draw a comparison to the real thing, and it can't win. It cannot win. So that's the sad thing. If vegans want omnivores to eat less meat, then give them something that's not like meat, that's different than meat, that's satisfying. Although, I will admit that I've had Impossible, and I don't know if they've changed their formula in Impossible and everything, but our Labor Day episode, we did Impossible burgers, and they were not meat-based, and they were really good. So, to each his own. It was satisfying enough. It didn't taste like beef, but it was satisfying enough that it was like, that's okay. I like that. It's good. Been trying all the Guardian brand tofu things, porkless pork bites, beefless beef ticks. I like tofu, but I still want meat too. Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. Sounds like you eat well balanced, 420. Well balanced with bacon. Okay, I'm yapping, and this bacon isn't getting any more eaten while we're waiting. So let's go ahead and open this up. See, but the thing about bacon is the smell. Like I wish somebody made a bacon cologne. I would wear that every day. Love bacon. I used to have a bacon air freshener in the car, make the car smell like bacon. Something like the smell of bacon. Sometimes the smell of bacon is better than the flavor of bacon. It's close. It's not bad. It is close. And you would think because it has maple syrup in it, you would get more of the maple. But I see what they're going for. You get that smoke. It's smoke. It's smoky. It smells savory. Hint of maple. It smells nice. That's what we're looking at, though. It looks like chunks. It doesn't look so much like, it looks like those jerky chunks. Oh, look. It's like I kind of got the texture down on that. It looks like meat, right? It looks like meat. So texturally, it's not bad. They did make a bacon unisex cologne. It was $30. I got it about 10 years ago. It's mostly a smoky, citrusy fragrance. Well, for $30, I'm just going to stick some bacon in a blender and then sift that and use that. Let's try this. It looks softer. I mean, it looks like it's going to be softer texture-wise than the outside of it looks. Ryan, there was a place in it's problematic texturally. There is a place in, I think it's in Vancouver, Washington, which is just over the bridge from Portland, that they were making a mushroom jerky. I can't remember the name of the company, but when we were up there, we were preparing to do some sort of like, I was going to go to the factory and watch them make mushroom jerky, but I moved. So. Flavor-wise, it's not bad. It doesn't have the chewiness or the pull. It doesn't have the muscle fiber of jerky. It's almost like burlap, like the texture of burlap. You get that nice smoky flavor. You get that nice mouth-watering savoriness, most likely from the whatever spices they use. The maple's subtle. It's not a bad flavor. It's not bad. If I had this in my cabinet and I didn't have anything else to snack on, I wouldn't mind eating this. But I wouldn't go out of my way to get it either. It's just that the texture, there's just something odd about the texture. The texture of it. It's kind of like plant fiber as opposed to like meat fiber, muscular fiber. There's just something odd about it. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the middle, maybe trending up a little bit. The flavor is pretty nice. Thumbs in the middle though. Only because that texture is really weird. And so they're calling it jerky and you're eating it. It doesn't taste like, it doesn't even taste like that easy to eat jerky. It's just, the texture's odd, off. Nice flavor though. So here we are. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. We were talking about muscular vegan, nice mushrooms, bacon, burlap. Yeah, selling it hard. Yeah, Ryan, I'm just calling it like it is. That's my thing, man. I want to be authentic, and I just call it like it is. So that's why recently somebody had left a comment on one of the reckless eating videos that I was in, and the guy was saying, I don't like the videos with Val in it because you always disagree with him, right? So like Matt's always disagreeing with me on the flavor of something or something along those lines. And then Matt came back and he goes, would you want me to have somebody who just agrees with me? This is delicious. Yes, delicious. It just tastes like this almost tastes like milk. Yeah, it tastes like milk. You know, like, do you want to watch two people where both people are going like, yeah, that tastes just like, yeah, I agree with you completely. Yeah, I completely agree with you. So Matt's thing is like, no, it's a differing view, and it's nice to have that it's not even a conflict. It's just that you have differing opinions there, and it's more well-rounded and everything. So either way, whether it's on reckless eating or whether it's on Trippy Food, I try to be honest. I try to be sincere about what we're talking about. So that's just my thing. In the 80s, Val looked like Frank Zappa. I did. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's have some more beer. I poured it. I'm gonna drink it. That is really good. I'm digging that. And Shinatova. See, Amy says, I love when you disagree. I love seeing different opinions. Yeah, that's my line of thinking as well. That's why I like to have other people on my show. You can listen to me say what I think about this, but I think it's always helpful to have another person there who, even if they agree with you, it's always nice to have somebody else there who, like I've had people who are going to come on the show. I was doing an episode with them and they go like, well, what do you want me to say? I'm like, I just want you to be honest. So I want you to tell me what you taste, what you smell, the texture, that you just tell me, or tell the camera, just be honest. If you don't like it, say you don't like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to, agree with me on it and everything. Just be honest, because I want that other opinion. I think it gives more credibility to what you're doing. I think so. That's like I said. That's why I like to have other people on the episodes. It's just to kind of give that no, Val, I think you're full of crap thing. So there you go. I'm craving a Schlenkerla. Schlenkerla. Is that a beer? I'm not sure what a Schlenkerla is. I think maybe I remember hearing about that. We've talked about it before, but you don't know what that is. The girls never asked what they should say. They shouldn't ask what they should say. No, they're honest. They're very honest. They did not like the clams, the steamers. They did not like those, and that's fine. I love steamers. They didn't, and that's why I had them on. My first comment ever on Trippy Food was I said it was a bad review. Did you? What did we review, Tom? What was it? What was the episode? What did we review that you thought was bad review? Oh, the German smoked beer. Yes. Oh my God, that's so good. I was talking to the guy in Total Wine and More. We were talking about beers because he was the one that suggested this guy, and I asked him. I said, have you had that smoked beer before? And he said, no. I go, you got to have that. You definitely got to have that smoked beer. So did we do? No, we did not do all the snacks because we still have Watz. Oh, speaking of Portland, also. If any of you have ever been to the Rogue Tap Room, the Rogue Brewery Tap Room, which I think was like over on 10th or 11th Street in the Pearl District, they're closing the tap. They've been open for 20 years, and if you guys have not gone to like a brewery tap house, like basically a place where you can get their beer served in glasses, but they also have food. Most of those places, most of them, I can't think of one I've ever been at where the food wasn't really good. And I've been to quite a few of the brew pubs where they actually serve food, and in most cases the food is really good. And that was the case at Rogue. Rogue, they had good food, and their beers are a little bit iffy. I've had some of their beers that were not that great, especially the Voodoo Donut beers were not that great. So I've had some of their beers that were not that great, but the food at the tap room was always good. But they're closing this weekend permanently. Closed. So if you're in the Portland area and everything, this weekend get down to Rogue, enjoy it while you can. You'll still be able to buy Rogue Ale, but the tap room's closing. The tap room in Portland is closing. The French dip at Phil's. Oh, okay. But what did you disagree with, or what did you not like about the French dip at Philippe's? At Philippe's. What was it that you didn't like about that episode? Or that you had a different opinion on that episode? Let me know. Because I think you said when you and Mrs. Old Guy were going to come down to LA that was one of the places that you were going to check out, or maybe you did check that out. Maybe you disagreed with that or something. I don't know. Oh, I didn't mention the au jus. Okay, I did not mention the au jus. So yeah, you're right there. I have a microbrew pub that seats like 10 a couple blocks from me. Does it seat 10 or not? No, maybe it seats 5. Because of COVID, but really good small batch beer. Yeah, most of them are. So check that out. Anyways, Watz. I'm gonna do that one upside down. Cheese shop. I was curious about this cheese shop registered trademark. We'll find out what that's all about. Got to go deal with doggos. Everything easy. Hey Ryan, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for making Trippy Food a part of your afternoon. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Ooh, these are weird. I was gonna say like reddish, like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but no, they're like pink, orange pink color. Look at that. Those are weird. Maybe it's the bag. No, it's like a weird pink color. Can you see that? It looks kind of orangey in the camera. It looks kind of pink though. Weird is not always good, Bacon. Not always. Cheese Shock. It's a registered trademark. Cheese Shock. It doesn't say it's hot. Wow. That's weird. This is the first time we've tried snacks that weren't hot. None of the snacks were hot. That's really weird. Okay, so I'm not getting hot from these. I'm getting sour. Natural total. Yeah, this occurs in nature, right? For clownfish. No, those are just orange. Orange and white. These are weird. There's like a sour taste to this. Oh, because it is cheese artificially flavored puffed corn snack. I'm not tasting corn. And that cheese is kind of, I don't know what kind of cheese they use. You would think it would taste like the powdered, the powdered cheese that you get in like a Kraft macaroni and cheese, like that kind of powder, or the really, really, really finely grated Parmesan cheese that you get in those little packets when you get a pizza. They're not. It's not like that at all. Let's see if they say what kind of cheese they use. It doesn't even taste cheesy. Salt, water, protein, vegetable oil, corn. Where's the cheese? They didn't even list cheese. Onion, garlic powder, citric acid, vegetable oil, corn grits. Corn grits? So why does it take you 5 minutes when it takes the rest of the grit-eating world 20 minutes to make grits on your stove? Are we to believe that the laws of physics cease to exist on top of your stove? Where did you get these grits? Are they magic grits? Did you buy them from the guy who sold Jack the Beans? Yeah, there goes Tiny Val again. Or not. I don't see cheese as what is it? Like they did put some kind of chemical in here and they go, hey, that tastes like cheese. But that tastes like cheese shock. Does it have citric or malic acid? Yes, it does. And citric acid doesn't come from cheese. Lactic acid, I think, comes from cheese. You can get lactic acid from cheese. Citric acid comes from citrus fruit. Big family road trip coming up. What is your go-to for road snacks? Well, some at Trader Joe's, but definitely go to Cost Plus World Market. That's my go-to. I mean, that's my recommended go-to to people in other cities where I know that they have a Trader Joe's and I know that they have a Cost Plus World Market. That's what I would recommend. Otherwise, there's some, I would say like Rocket Fizz, but that's all candy. There's nothing snacky. There's nothing decent. But yeah, Trader Joe's and Cost Plus World Market. These aren't really cheesy at all. Janice, were you trying to say that like malic acid is maybe what kind of gives it the cheesy flavor or something? Because this is like woefully inadequate when it comes to cheese. I was expecting this to be a mouthful of cheese. Like I said, it's a little bit sour, and that's probably from the citric acid. I'm not getting cheese. Well, I'm not getting good cheese. I mean, there's something cheese-like in there, but it's not like a mouth goes to like, oh, that's American cheese or that's cheddar or something like that. It's just like it's like whey milk solids or something like that. Dumb fries. I remember dumb fries. Armadillo, maybe armadillo milk. That's gonna go thumbs down for me. I mean, I'm expecting something really cheesy, and it's not really cheesy. And there's a sourness to it, and it's corn, but you can't taste the corn. That's a no for me. What? What's their problem? All right, that one's done. That's a no. I shouldn't have insulted this beer by drinking it after eating that. Yes, Julie Gator. What's the hull? Yeah, exactly. Have you ever made albondigas? I have not made them. I've eaten them. I've never made them. Maybe I should. But maybe I should make them with some other kind of meat. I think I'm going to do that. I'll have to visit my friend Anshu and see what he has as far as unusual meat. I'm going to do that. Shanatova. Well, I have to say that the vegan jerky wasn't bad. Wasn't my favorite. I was a toss-up between these two. Which ones I really like. It's Rosh Hashanah, so good for that. Now, if you're like me, and I pray to God that you're not, but if you are like me, your comfort food is hot dog. I'm like, that was my arm shaking the camera, but you know, with the earthquake last night, you never know. But it's not an earthquake. If you're like me, then a hot dog is your go-to comfort food. It's always been my go-to comfort food, and so I'm always looking for different interesting. I'd have to go back and take a look and see like how many hot dog places that were specific to hot dogs and everything that I've visited. Well, you know, our 4th of July episode this year, we had that hot dog at the Miners Diner in Julian, that Cuban hot dog. We've done hot dogs. We've done a lot of hot dogs. But the Daily Meal came up with a list of the best hot dog in America. So what would you guys think would be like a place where you get the best hot dog in America? And I'll give you a clue. This is a place that we actually visited on Trippy Food. We did an episode of Trippy Food. So there's the posting. You guys can look through that if you want to. I would agree. Well, they say, hang on a second, because they say best hot dog, and I think it was just one place. It wasn't one of those things where there was multiple ones. Let me open that up. Cayenne. No, they're not talking about brands. They're talking about places like where you would get a hot dog. But Julie, is Cayenne Fenway Franks? Does Cayenne make Fenway Franks? Because I was trying to I was explaining to somebody that Farmer John's makes the Dodger dog, which I don't like, and I'm trying to remember what some of the other ones were. Like Pink's. Pink's uses Hoffy. They use Hoffy hot dogs and everything. But I don't remember who made Fenway Franks. Yes, they do. Cayenne makes Fenway Franks. That's what I thought. Okay, so yes, they this article picked what I think is one of the best hot dogs in America as well, which was Rutt's Hut in Clifton, New Jersey. If you haven't seen that episode, look that one up, because that was I've been there several times. I took my brother there once, and then I went there a couple times on my own, and then we did the episode there and everything. But a ripper is a very unique thing, because basically what they do is they put the hot dog in the hot oil, and what happens is it splits open, which is why they call it a ripper. So everything they do is called a ripper, although, you know, most people are like, oh, the one they leave in a really, really long time is a ripper. No, every single hot dog they make is called a ripper, because everyone is put in the hot oil and it splits open like that. And so what happens is you get a crunchy fried outside, and then a hot pink inside, and it's really, really good. They have varying degrees of that. So I think they have one called the Weller, which is like well done, and then one called the Cremator. And while I was there, I asked the guy for a Cremator, and he's like, I can't give that to you. And I'm like, why not? He goes, because you can't eat it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't eat it? It's like, it's inedible. You have to it's like eating a piece of wood. It's like that well done, that blackened, that burnt. But yeah, I don't know if I would call it the best hot dog in America, but it was pretty damn good. I think I think when you consider the hot dog itself, I think it is pretty damn good. But like I've had, what is the place that I had in South Carolina that did the West Virginia slaw dogs? It was really good. Jack's Cosmic dog were really good. Pink's is okay. It's okay, but I think Fab's and Reseda is better, because they do all different takes of stuff. They do a ripper there. What are some of the good hot dog places that I've been to nationally? You would think that what is the Coney Island one? The one that does the competition every year. Julie, you and I ate at one in New Jersey. The Coney Island brand. The Coney, not the Coney Island brand. The hot dog company from Coney Islands. Nathan's. Thank you. Nathan's. I didn't like their hot dogs. At least it was at the stand, and maybe they were like it's just fast food, and they put it in the microwave or something. I don't know, but it wasn't really good. Remember the Friendly's Frank grilled on a hot buttered skillet, buttered New England hot dog bun? Yes, the Frank. Are all the Friendly's closed now? Because if anybody is unfamiliar with Friendly's and Brigham's used to be kind of like competitive, and there were shops all over New England. Well, certainly Massachusetts, but I don't know if the rest of New England. And they were mostly ice cream shops. They were mostly places where you go in to get ice cream, but they also served sandwiches and stuff. And Friendly's big thing was the fisherman jig. And I don't know why we never did a fisherman jig episode, but it was like a grilled tuna fish sandwich. The fisherman jig was really good. So Friendly's, I think, was more known for their sandwiches and stuff than Brigham's was. Brigham's was more known for their ice cream and everything. But Brigham's is long gone, completely gone. Friendly's was closing a lot of places, but I don't know. Are they completely out of business now? Walmart in Salem, New Hampshire serves Nathan hot dogs. You mean like if you go to their food what do you call it, food court in Walmart? Wait, I don't know that every Walmart has a food court. Do they have a food court at Walmart in Salem? I don't know that. Rest stop quality, yeah, and that's where we went to the Nathan's, and it was at a rest stop, and it was not good. So it was rest stop quality. So, what kind of snacks for the road trip? Oh yeah, people are making suggestions. Yeah, beef jerky trail mix, but get the trail mix without the M&Ms in it. I mean, the kids will like it, yeah, but there's a trail mix that they have at Trader Joe's, and it has like pumpkin seeds and cranberries and other stuff. I like that one, but I don't like the chocolate pieces that they put in there. I'm just not a big fan of chocolate in my trail mix. That's just me. And some of them put M&Ms. Well, they call that Gorp, I think. Is that right? Gorp is what they call that. The trail mix with M&Ms in it. I think that's what they call it. Gorp. Now I have this image of a guy named Nathan selling hot dogs in a bathroom at a rest stop. No, because Nathan's is a very, very famous and very old company that makes hot dogs, and they're from Coney Island. And every year they do the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July, which Joey Chestnut almost always wins. Now that I don't know what happened to Kobayashi, he's not there anymore. But yeah, that's Nathan's, and I think you can buy Nathan's in the store. I think you can buy Nathan's hot dogs in some grocery stores. But if you go to like the Nathan's fast food Nathan's joints and everything, not really good. You know, they somehow ruin it. Which is maybe that's the case with the Dodger dog. So if you get the Dodger dog at Dodger Stadium, it's not that good. And maybe it's not because it's a Farmer John's hot dog. Maybe it's just because they overcooked them or undercooked them or something. You know, maybe it's the water they use and they boil them instead of steam them, or they don't grill them. Whatever it is, getting a Dodger dog at Dodger Stadium is not good. And so maybe if you buy the Dodger dog in the store and you make it at home, maybe it's better. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've just not been happy with Dodger dog, and they're made by Farmer John's. I don't know if they're made special. So I met the guy in the bathroom who's not connected with the Nathan's restaurant. Oh yeah, well maybe his name was Nathan, but unfortunately, I think you get sold a bill of goods. Oh, here's something that was interesting. I thought it was interesting, anyways. Is anybody familiar with the French Laundry? So the French Laundry is a restaurant that is in, I want to say Vacaville. It's up near. It's up in Napa. Maybe it's in Napa? It's in Napa Valley somewhere in Napa Valley. And the French Laundry, Thomas Keller is the chef. He's a renowned chef, world-renowned chef. And the French Laundry is a very expensive place. And it is like a bucket list place for a lot of people who say like, oh, I have to eat at the French Laundry. Oh, I have to, meet Thomas Keller and everything. It's kind of like a foodies kind of thing. Like, oh, I have to have a dinner at French Laundry. Well, French Laundry is now doing during COVID, they're doing an indoor dining experience thing. I don't know how they're doing it. I guess they're separating people and everything, but it is a indoor dining experience fit for a Bond villain. And here's the this is from San Francisco Eater, because San Francisco's not far from there. But what happened? Oh, too many characters. That's weird. I've never seen that where a URL has too many characters. That's odd. Anyways, if you do a search for the French Laundry in-person indoor dining experience fit for a blonde villain, the price for this per person for this dinner is $850. $850. For $850, I should be able to eat a dodo. I should be able to eat something that's extinct, like woolly mammoth or something like that. I should be able to eat something like that. But $850 per person for dinner. I can't think of a possible. I can't think of any possible situation where I would pay $850 for a dinner, any kind of dinner, anywhere. I mean, the thing is, like, maybe you stick some gold leaf on there and make it more expensive and everything, but gold is inert, has no taste, it has no nutritional value or anything. It's just there for looks. $850 per person for food. It's like you could buy enough groceries to feed yourself for a month or more for $850. I don't know. I have no idea who does this, who actually goes to the French Laundry and spends $850 per person for a dining experience. I don't care what kind of dining. It's like for a fit for a James Bond villain, they actually better have a real James Bond villain there, because that's just crazy talk. It's crazy talk. Who are we welcoming back? Who did I miss? Oh, Food Taster TV. Welcome back, Food Taster TV. I missed something else. I do that. I get on a tangent. I go yapping, and I completely forget everything else. Look up some of the dining table service at Disney. You mean like like how much it costs? Yeah, well, it's Disney. You're in Disney. They know you're not going outside of the park to eat. You're stuck there, and you're gonna have to buy their food. So and like maybe you get served by Mickey Mouse, but shit, I want the real Mickey Mouse to serve me. I would like a rodent, a 6 foot large rodent to serve me at Disney. Oh, I'm not gonna eat a 6 foot rodent like a capybara. I would pay that at Disney. Yeah, Disney's expensive. It's just expensive. I got beignets at that. What is that New Orleans style cafe they have there by Pirates of the Caribbean? And I got beignets in there, and they came out and they were shaped like Mickey Mouse, and I'm like, Mickey Mouse beignets, crazy talk. I know some French people, and they would let me eat their laundry for a lot less. Yes, you could eat them wearing their laundry for a lot less. That's crazy. Port Orleans, that's what they call it? Is that what it's really called, Port Orleans? Oh, okay, sure. I just knew they had a restaurant there, and I got beignets, and it was in the shape of Mickey Mouse. But what isn't there, right? More beer. What is the deal with Disneyland churro high? What is the deal with Disneyland anything? I mean, like, I've eaten the food at Disneyland. It's not great. Like maybe you have to like spend a lot of money and eat at one of the very, very expensive restaurants in there. But like any of the places, like the faster. There was one place at Disneyland here in California, near the Western town or something. Where Woody is walking around. Hey, everybody! There's a snake in my boots. And they had a rib place there, and the ribs were terrible, and they were very expensive. So they give them to you in a bucket. So you should know if you're going to get something in a bucket, maybe that bucket serves a purpose afterwards, but it was not good. WDW food is way better than DL. WDW. W? What would Dave do? Would DW. Walt Disney World. Oh, Disney World. Oh, like Epcot Center. Yes, I agree. I have been to Epcot Center. I do like the food at Epcot Center. I like the way they have the international pavilions, and you can get foods from those countries in those pavilions. I got a little tipsy at the British Pavilion because they have a pub set up there, and I think I had like some Guinness Stout or something, and it was 85 degrees and sunny out. And I remember afterwards we went to the Canadian Pavilion, and they have this 360-degree video. It's like they put 360-degree cameras on the bottom of a helicopter, and they flew over like Canada, and you get to see like parts of Canada and everything. And it was great, but after having that beer in the hot sun and everything, it was not great. So, but that was me. It wasn't the beer, and it wasn't the thing in Epcot Center. It was me. So it was me. Like Epcot has food and wine. Yeah, they do. They do have alcohol, and they have less of the mouse. And I'm not a big fan of the mouse. So it's more like you can be an adult there. It's like hey kids, good to see you again. Like go away, go away. Bring me Einstein. I think which one is it the Magic Kingdom or is it Epcot Center that has the Hall of the Presidents? That has all the Hall of Presidents. And I don't know if you guys have seen they've added Donald Trump in the Hall of Presidents, and he looks like Bill Pullman. It doesn't look like Donald Trump. So I haven't heard him, so I don't know if they have his voice, but I have seen it, and it doesn't look like him at all. Kind of weird. Are we the Tito Pepe's at Smart and Final? Magic Kingdom. Thank you, Julie. I do like this. So if you have a chance, check this out. This beer. Let's trying to get that where you can see that picture. That's really good. I also have a. It's not the Belching Beaver, but I think it's a peanut butter milk stout that I got. It's not Belching Beaver. I got that for another episode, so maybe in a couple weeks we'll do that one. And then, like I said, I did get. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think at Trader Joe's they have a pumpkin spice ale, and I got that one. So for our pumpkin spice episode, we'll do that. After the show's over, I'm going to walk over to Cost Plus World Market, see if they have any pumpkin spice stuff over there, because I got a bunch of stuff at Trader Joe's. So how is the beer, Trippy Food? The beer is awesome. I think I keep saying that over and over again, how awesome the beer is. And it could be the high alcohol per volume. Wow. It could be the high alcohol per volume on here that is making me say it repeatedly, but it is good. I like this. Well, Food Taster, do you like stouts? Because if you don't like stouts, you're not going to like it. And some people don't, right? And because the stouts can be stout, strong, hearty. And some people don't like that. So I get like people who, if you don't like Guinness, you're not going to like this. Epcot has the Hall of Presidents. So the thing, my Disneyland, I've been to Epcot once. I did not go to the Magic Kingdom in Florida, but I've been to Disneyland. Epcot once. And I went to Disneyland here in Southern California once, and I was 51 years old when I went there. So it's really weird. Because like most of the people I know that love Disneyland have been going there since they were kids, and maybe that's why they love it so much. But I went as an adult, so for me it was an experience like I had some preconceived notions about it, and I thought I was going to be. I was skeptical about a lot of stuff, and then some stuff I was surprised at the things that I was excited about that were disappointing, and that I was skeptical about that I really liked. My favorite thing in Disneyland, believe it or not, is that Abraham Lincoln exhibit they have. So they have an animatronic Abraham Lincoln. You don't see him when you first go in there. They have like this movie, a slideshow thing, and they're talking about Abraham Lincoln. They have somebody doing Abraham Lincoln's voice, and you're like, okay, okay, all right, whatever. Then the curtains come back, and they have Abraham Lincoln sitting in a chair, and he's animatronic, but it's really, really good animatronics, right? And then he stands up, just stands up. He's sitting in a chair. He stands up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. That's good. That was one of my favorite parts. It's a Small World, to me, it should be outlawed by the Geneva Convention as a form of torture. I think if you have enemy combatants that you want to get information out of, tie them into one of those boats and send them through that thing a couple of times. They'll tell you whatever they want to know. They will give up everything, because that was like, I think, how long is that ride? It's like 2 hours or something like that. That's what it feels like. It's like total horror. The thing that I liked was Space Mountain. I thought Space Mountain was going to be it's cheesy, but I actually like Space Mountain. So who knows? Be surprised. But it's interesting going and seeing it for the first time with adult eyes. It was interesting. And again, I didn't have to deal with too many of the mouse or the duck or the dog. Who is leaving? Somebody's leaving. Oh, I'm leaving. It's 3 o'clock. I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Again, I go yapping, and I got to totally lose track of the time. Well, we did get to all the snacks. We did get to the beer. We even got to our apples and honey for Jewish New Year. So have a safe Jewish New Year. Again, thank you guys for joining me. I love this electronic family that we have, and the fact that we meet every Saturday. I always enjoy it. I hope you guys do too. If there's things that you want to see, if there's things that you want to talk about or something, let me know. Email address, val@trippyfood.com. Send me an email. Let me know. Let me know if you have any suggestions. A lot of times I'm doing suggestions that you guys tell me about. I'm working on some stuff. I know, like Tom, we talked about a P.O. box where we can have people send stuff. We're working on that. We're also working on being able to do donations, working on that. Hopefully have that done soon. But anyways, appreciate all you guys taking your Saturday out to spend some time with us. We love talking to every one of you, and we will see you next week. So remember that it's crazy out there, and remember that we're all in this together. So take care of yourselves, take care of other people, and we will see you soon.